Do people wave here? In America, we wave at everyone on a boat.
Amsterdam's a little bit too.
Oh, I got a wave. Oh, pretty. Look, that boat's called Julia. Get it. Hi. I'm Julia Ziegler-Haynes, and you're watching The Dinner Bell on Munchies in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
So one of my best friends, Sarah, was coming to Amsterdam, and I'd never been before, so at the last minute I kind of piggybacked onto her vacation. Amsterdam sort of seems to have it all. The city itself is gorgeous, beautiful architecture, the proximity to the water, these incredible ingredients at the farmer's market, very friendly people, very attractive people. For a small city, it just felt like it had a lot going on. Sarah's like one of my most trusted helpers. We work together a lot on dinner bell jobs. I wanted to immerse myself into Dutch culture as fast as possible. And for me, the easiest way to do that is invite people over for food. So we made some phone calls, and we knew we were gonna have about 9 or 10 people over for brunch. So what that meant was I wanted to quickly learn how to kind of encapsulate both cultures, the American and the Dutch. So I'm making potato croquettes with poached eggs and a cauliflower Gouda sauce, chocolate buckwheat pancakes with fruit coulis, and a lemon-thyme jenever cocktail. Hi.
Hello.
Are you yours?
Nice to meet you, yes.
Ooh,
Three kisses in Holland.
Amazing. I like this place already. So are you going to show us around a little bit?
Of course.
Awesome.
I would like to go to the marketplace, Albert Kuip.
I love it.
Yeah?
Cool. I wanted to meet with a young Dutch chef who could show me the area and sort of teach me the ways of the local cuisine. And that was Joris, the executive chef of Rijks, the restaurant at the Rijks Museum. In America, we tend to kind of separate things, and you know, the furthest outside the box of fruits and vegetables, meats and things is like pastries. But here it was wigs, bodysuits, leather jackets for small children. It was just a little bit of everything.
Whenever I'm here, I need to eat at least 1 or 2
Sustenance.
herrings.
Yes.
And as a dessert, a stroopwafel,
Got
a
it.
Dutch waffle. Look, this is my guy. He has the best herring. This is my favorite spot. I always go to this guy. Ooskesbeek gherkins, very famous.
So a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Uppakee. Top. You like it?
I love it.
It's good, hè?
Familie al meer dan 100 jaar. Grootvader, vader en nou wij. Zo 100 praten. Wij zijn klaar, want de kinderen hebben er geen zin meer in.
So one of the most impressive things to me was seeing the pride of the people who've been part of a multi-generational business. So a 3rd generation of a stroopwafel maker.
It smells good, hè?
It smells amazing.
Well, this is a traditional family recipe. Stroopwafel is very common in Holland. You can find it even in the supermarket. But in Amsterdam, we're the last family that make it the traditional way. So with the original ingredients. The dough should be made of real butter, a lot of spices. Our family is doing it for 40 years now. So my dad started it 40 years ago. And 4 years ago, I quit my job. I had an office job and continued the business of my father.
Keep it straight, seriously, otherwise it's all...
So good. The stroopwafel was kind of gingerbready and hot and caramelly and buttery and delicious. And last but not least, can we try a croquette in your presence?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you to the best place in town. And they are famous for Dutch shrimp croquettes.
Amazing. I'm really excited. He knew exactly where to go, which was a sort of what I thought was kind of like an undercover croquette shack, because it was actually disguised as a patisserie with citrus tarts and apple pies and things like that, all kinds of chocolates. But then nothing on the walls even remotely mentions croquettes.
Croquettes are ready.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
Yay. It smells so good. Ding.
Cheers. Look how it's hot. Can be very hot.
Mmm. Really, really good. They're all good.
They're all good.
Picking a favorite child. I think I like veal the best. Is that weird?
No.
Croquettes seem to be something that pretty much all of Europe has its own take on, but I think this was by far my favorite. I had this sort of inspiration to bring those amazing textures of sort of like the crunchy outside, the gooey inside into this breakfast dish. So here we are. This recipe is sort of a mashup, pun intended, of an American potato pancake crossed with a hash brown, and then kissing its Amsterdam cousin of a potato croquette. And then we're working through that some other Dutch flavors of the gherkins and scallions, dill, and celery leaf. So we have our beautiful farmer's market potatoes that I boiled whole, which I really like to do because it maintains the integrity of the potato. So these are sort of still nice and warm. I'm just gonna take them into my mixing bowl and just crush them with my hand. Boop. I'm leaving the skin on because it's really nutritious, and you can see it's starting to make a gorgeous confetti. It feels really good too. It's kind of like a spa treatment. We're just gonna sort of do the job of what like a mixer would do. They're so beautifully buttery. They're breaking up really nicely. I couldn't bring my food processor with me to Amsterdam, so I'm doing it the kind of old-fashioned way. Next, we're gonna crack these eggs, because I might need to add another. Beautiful farmer's market. Cheap as can be. Beautiful eggs. Okay, this is getting nice and goopy. We've got 3 pretty good sized bunches of scallion. That's gonna give it a nice oniony bite. This is about 3/4 of a cup of mustard. I'm gonna just start layering in the spoonfuls of it. Give that a stir, a good sized pinch of salt. That's probably a teaspoon, and I'll do a little bit, half. 2 teaspoons of black pepper. I like things kind of oniony and garlicky, so I'm gonna grate 4 cloves of garlic into here. Just gonna give these gherkins like a thinnish chop. Doesn't fall off a tree like that, does it? This is gonna make this like little vinegary bite throughout the potato, so it'd be like yummy, creamy potato, and then a bite of something bright and pickly. And then for this, we just got a little small bunch of dill and the celery leaf. And for those of you who can't find celery leaf easily, they generally have it at farmers markets, but not always, and it's not always in season. So parsley would be the obvious substitute. Also, to help loosen things up, I'll add a little bit of the reserved pickle juice just to really push the pickly, mustardy, delicious flavor over the edge. And this can handle a good amount of wetness because before we fry it, we're gonna lightly coat it with rice flour. We've got this gorgeous heavy cream. I'm gonna just add probably like a couple splashes. Oh my God, look how thick and delicious. When it starts to make that kind of like noise, you know you're moving in the right direction. But this is getting nice and creamy. The next step will be to separate out our patties and then lightly coat them in the rice flour. So you imagine almost like a little burger, just a light dusting. For the frying of the potato croquettes, we're gonna turn on our handy dandy flame to medium high, once again, our favorite place to be. I've got 3/4 of a cup of grapeseed oil. Pour some of that out into the frying pan until we have probably like 1/8 of an inch, starting to bubble. We're gonna take our croquette and add it to the oil. Ooh yeah, starting to sizzle, sizzle. So these look perfect, and you can start to see the brown underneath popping through. So we're gonna give them a gentle, be very careful, this will flick right in your face. Little flipsy doodle. Smells like Hanukkah up in here. And these look absolutely perfect, so I'm gonna pull them now and let them drain on a paper towel. So the moment has arrived to make the Gouda sauce. To sort of mellow that out, we have, and to give it that creamy texture, because a lot of delicious tasting cheeses don't melt that well. So what we've done is we halved a cauliflower, broke it into florets, and then boiled it in salted water until it was very, very tender. So what we have here is the remainder of that. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter, A teaspoon of black pepper. We're gonna do a nice, good pinch of salt, maybe 2. 3 small-ish cloves of garlic. We're gonna shave right in there. You want the garlic pretty much completely cooked down, so stirry, stirry. So once that starts to heat up, we're bringing into noise, and now we're gonna bring it into funk. So we have about 3 cups of grated Gouda on the side, and I'm gonna start to sprinkle it in, stir it, and then we're gonna sprinkle a little more. And waiting in the wings here, we have about 1.5 cups of milk. So a little pour, it's almost like oatmeal or something. You just like pour a little bit of milk, see if you need more, pour. Probably doing like a 1/4 cup pour each time. And what we want it to have happen is when we go to zip it with the hand blender, we want it to be like a perfect unctuous, creamy sauce. At this point, I can add some more cheese because we really want that cheese flavor to really come through. This looks good. All the cheese is melted through, everything's incorporated. And then to give it that amazing, super silky smoothness, we're gonna keep our milk on hand if we need it. We may or may not. And then give it a quick blend. Adding a little milk. Yum. Beautiful. We're gonna take a platter and lay out some of the cheese. Put these babies on top with a poached egg, a little bit more cheese sauce, and fresh chives, and it's gonna be insanely delicious. Our Amsterdam weekend started off on a really high note when we visited Metropolitan, a chocolate shop in the city center owned by Case. He's a master chocolatier who taught us pretty much everything you would ever want to know about chocolate. It was really very amazing. The shop reminded me of like a Japanese teenage girl fantasy of like lots of bright colors and very like adventurous, tasty snacks. It was really neat to see how much the Dutch sort of embrace sugar and they consider it energy, which was kind of a little bit of a childhood dream come true for me.
So what you do, you make a small line
Okay.
with a credit card or another card. If you sniff it, you don't taste it directly.
Okay.
It's coming later. That's quick.
Was it too quick?
You look like a professional.
I swear, I've never done it before, Mom.
Oh.
I love it here. This is like a, you know, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory kind of vibe in here. Lots of Oompa Loompa feelings. I like it.
Oompa Loompa?
Yes.
You feel like Oompa Loompa?
I do. I'm pregnant, so I feel really like a fucking Oompa Loompa right now. So one of the things we were interested in was I was reading a lot about what some sort of like famous breakfast foods are. And I'm gonna butcher this, but it's hagelslag.
Hagelslag.
One of the things I was interested in was sort of maybe trying to combine the, say it again?
Hagelslag.
Hagelslag, with sort of like the obsession with the pancake.
So here we have the hagelslag.
Yeah, we call these sprinkles in
sprinkles.
America.
Yeah. Sprinkles, of course. So here we make the poffertjes. So what we're going to make is little Dutch pancakes. And we call them poffertjes. So you fill it up and then they start cooking in the butter. I'm
doing a really not even close version of this for this breakfast. Do you know what buckwheat? Buckwheat,
yeah.
Is that common here?
It's in here.
No way!
Yeah.
Awesome.
Then we have to turn them.
They're beautiful.
Hi. Did you meet already the young Kim Kardashian? Did you meet already the young Kim Kardashian?
Case's favorite joke of the day was that I was the young Kim Kardashian, which really just confused tourists and made them pity me.
Look, here's the young Kim Kardashian making poffertjes.
People are giving me like pity shrugs, like,
So they're ready. Powder sugar on it. It's a hagelslag version Dutch pancake.
Cute little, yeah, beautiful. I can't hold back anymore. Wow. I think this might be my go-to.
Yeah?
So if you can hook us up with a little bit of shaving chocolate, I think we'll be like on our way to an incredible little brunch.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hit the town. Doot, doot. So right now we're gonna make our little buckwheat chocolate pancakes that are based very loosely off the idea of one of Holland's favorite style of pancake called a
Poffertjes.
So our first step would be to take our little cup of buckwheat flour, pinch of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 2/3 of a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon here. We have a 1.25 cups of milk. We're gonna add about 1.5 tablespoons of honey, 3 tablespoons of melted butter. We've separated the egg into a yolk and a white, and we're gonna whip the white in a second, but first we add the yolk. Look at all those beautiful colors. And then we're gonna drink this. We're gonna whip this white separately because we're gonna hope to add some light fluffiness, almost like a crepe style pancake, so this just sort of helps. We're going to combine our slippery milk and just kind of stir while you're going. This isn't a very picky batter. It's not the kind of thing where it's like, you'll have lumps. We're gonna add our egg white right before we add our delicious homemade super special chocolate. And this will make like really nice, kind of thicker pieces of chocolate rather than shaving over each individual. This is good because it's really resembling our homemade hagelsla. Quickly whisking this, not overbeating it, because the whole point was to hopefully get a little more height into our pancakes. So take our chocolate and add that straight into the dough. You could easily scatter them on top of each pancake, but this kind of like coats them in the batter so you don't get that burnt chocolate vibe. We're gonna turn on our flame to a medium high. I definitely did a little bit more butter than you normally would because, once again, I wanted to try it Case's way. I've got a perfectly little sized ladle. Don't fret if you don't have something this cute at home. Poffertjes, poffertjes, poffertjes. Starting to foam a little. Here we go, guys. It's a little thicker than normal, but they're beautiful. Kind of like a regular pancake. You know the bubble trick, right? If not, Google and then kill yourself. Just kidding. These now look perfect. So I'm gonna pull them off the fire and lay them on my platter. That's all ready. We're gonna make the coulis that's gonna top the pancakes. These beautiful farmer's market strawberries. It's probably a quart. And same with raspberries. I've sprinkled a tiny bit of salt, which sounds weird, but it's gonna balance the fruit really nice. We're not looking for a jam consistency. This is just kind of like getting the fruit all kind of like warmed up and get the juices start pulling out. And then we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of honey. We're gonna add the zest of a lemon. The zest brings a brightness to the fruit, which is really nice. And then if you add lemon juice to fruit, it really helps the juices of the fruit come out. And then I'm just gonna squeeze 1/2 lemon over the fruit onto the stove. Then we're just gonna give it a stir and kind of keep an eye on it. The raspberries are gonna break up first, and that's kind of lovely. But it's like a sort of soft compote more than a coulis. So this is looking perfect, perfectly broken down. Those strawberries have kind of like shed some of their austere front. They're ready for the red light district. Once all the ingredients are together, the pancakes, the coulis, maybe a little like loosely whipped fresh cream, and a little more shaved chocolate, it's gonna be the most delicious combo of earthy and sweet and creamy. It's the day of the brunch, and I'm about to get the cocktail ready for when our guests arrive. I like to sort of, hand that off as a welcoming gift. Sort of a fun twist we wanted to do here was taking one of the more renowned liquors here in Holland called jenever, which is sort of like a kissing cousin of gin. I wanted to do a little artisanal twist on a gin soda situation with a sort of lemon, honey, and thyme. And it's gonna be so delicious. We're gonna do 1/4 of a lemon. And into the shaker, we're gonna muddle a bunch of stuff with our medieval dick punisher. Okay, so into there, we squeeze 1/4 of a lemon. So I'm doing about 4 or 5 stems of thyme. And then a nice heaping teaspoon of honey. This is beautiful honey. With your DP, we're gonna start muddling away. That just starts to get all the sort of like juices out of the lemon, out of the oils out of the rind of the lemon. The thyme is gonna really come out to play. This feels very dirty. We're gonna take 2 ounces of the jenever. It's the bigger guy on this jigger. Pour it straight in. Small handful of ice. And make sure it's put on tightly, because you want to look like Tom Cruise and not like some kind of like YouTube nightmare. That smells incredible. Smells great. We're gonna top it with plain sparkling water. You could also do this in punch form, which is really easy. But look how pretty, summery and delicious. The brunch was a mix of really creative types. Friends of Sarah's and her child and friend, a local performance artist who brought friends from that world. And it was just a wonderful, rowdy bunch. Cheers. Chin chin.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. How do you guys say cheers?
Prost.
Prost.
Yeah.
My dark lipstick, they've been calling me Svetlana.
Are the boys having a heavier recipe?
Yay!
This is Sex on the Beach.
Prost before host. Is everyone ready?
Oh, yeah! Yes!
Super. The moment we've all been waiting for. No seating assignment. This is like a nice grainy bread with a tarragon aioli and these amazing heirloom tomatoes from the farmer's market with feta. And then this is just a really nice light salad with a dill and caper dressing. This might be the better one.
Whoa.
Oh, this is big.
I don't know why pancakes for breakfast never made it.
No.
Pancakes till dinner.
No, we eat it as dinner.
What?
Yeah, pancakes. Yeah.
That's actually really funny.
With cheese.
I feel like I just took acid. Cheese and bacon.
What's your website?
My website? Yes. Ooh, I love that. That's like the new what's your sign. Like,
What's your Facebook?
what's your .com?
What's your
And
phone
I have,
number?
okay, hold on. Let me push you away. A lot. I know.
Who does your hair?
Who owns these kids?
Sure.
She owns me.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right. Don't
Don't
you
even
forget
know
it.
it.
I wish my wife would talk to me like this.
Prost!
Yes.
Oh, and the kitties too. Yay! Eye contact.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, boys. We didn't know Americans could cook.
No. Well, the great thing about brunch is it's kind of like get together, have some drinks, eat a lot of food, and then everyone has something else to do. It's not like a long, loungy dinner where it might turn into like a 4-hour thing. And they all like packed up everything in a felt swoop when we were done with the meal, hopped on their motorbikes, and jetted off to some wacky performance that they were part of tonight.
Let's hit the road.
Amsterdam just seems like a fun place. It all happens so quickly. I just want to like see museums and do more touristy shit. To get the recipes from this episode of The Dinner Bell, click on the link below.
Mijn tijd in Amsterdam was echt fantastisch.
We're watching the dinner show on Munchies. Oh no, we're watching the dinner bell on Munchies. It's Sunday and we're doing another one of those nice brunchies. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.